Matthew 10:16 through 20, it tells us that Jesus tells us that he sends us forth as sheep among wolves. In other words, guess what? We will get attacked. And a lot of times, I don't know why, but it surprises us whenever we get attacked for the Lord's sake, when we get lashed out at, whenever people persecute us, whenever people send us to jail, whenever they scourge us in their churches, all that sort of stuff, we tend to be shocked. But Jesus says, hey, I'm sending you as sheep amongst wolves. Wolves will bite and devour and tear at and wound and shred you. And we got to realize that, you know what, if they did it to Jesus, they're going to do it to us as well. So we need to keep that in mind, that we don't need to be surprised or shocked or discouraged when people come against us for the Lord's sake. But he also talks about we need to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, not the other way around. We don't need to be as harmful as doves, or as harmful as serpents and as wise as doves. No, serpents are considered wise. You know, there's some serpents that before they go ahead and they eat, whenever they go ahead and they are hunting, they will circle and survey the land just to make sure that they know what's going on in their surroundings before they go ahead and hunt. And in the same way, we need to be wise enough to know what's going on. Is somebody trying to set us up? Is somebody trying to, just get a rise up in us, get us to say something wrong like they did with Jesus a lot of times? I mean, we need to be wise as serpents, yet gentle as doves. People will not be won over for the Lord by us beating them over the head with whatever tools that we can come up with. No, but they will be won, but they can be won by the Lord, or won to the Lord by gentleness, by the goodness of God, by his, mercy and so forth. And so we need to be wise as serpents, and we need to be gentle as doves. And the last thing that he tells us about is when they deliver us up to, where we have to be and defend ourselves, don't try to come up with all these, premeditated ideas and words to say. Rather, trust him. He's going to give us the words to say, because it's not going to be us speaking. It's going to be Holy Spirit speaking. So let's trust the Lord to give us the right words to say. But we do need to learn the voice of the Lord. And we need to do that by getting in his presence, getting in his word, and learning when the Holy Spirit tells us to say what he wants us to say, when he wants us to say it. But let's not be surprised by persecution. We're sheep among wolves. God bless.